As a business owner, it's really hard sometimes to feel inspired on a day-to-day basis when you're grinding away at your business. And one of the ways that I do that is I listen to podcasts that I find inspiring whenever I'm driving to my office, or I'm driving to an appointment, or I'm walking my dogs. That way I feel like I'm intaking things that are improving my life and making me a better business owner, and also inspire me, as opposed to like the news, which just makes me sad and feel guilty. I mean, we could also talk about the fact that I occasionally love to binge watch West Wing, but that's not helping me a business owner either. So I put together a list of my favorite podcasts for business owners in 2024. And these are the 5 podcasts that I'll be listening to and I think will definitely make my day-to-day life more enjoyable, if not my business better, and hopefully we'll do the same thing for you. My number 1 is the Mel Robbins podcast. I love Mel Robbins. She's extremely dry and funny, and talk about somebody who gives it straight to anybody who's on her podcast. I appreciate her frankness, and I really appreciate the fact that she combines topics that are important to business owners, but are also just important to people in general and have to do with relationships and interacting in life. Also, talk about somebody who's like only listen to those who have done it and are doing what you want to do. Her list of accomplishments is insane. The Huberman Lab. Biohacking, body consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Your body as a business owner is the engine, is the vehicle that makes you exist and helps you do what you need to do on a day-to-day basis, which can oftentimes be a lot. The Huberman Lab talks about all the things you want to know when it comes to how to make your body operate in the most efficient and optimal way. All those trends you're hearing about in health that you're like, I don't even know what that is. And is that really true? Does that work? They cover that in this podcast. And I love the way they do it. It's smart, but very easy to understand for those of us who don't have like a biology PhD. How to launch an industry. This is a really interesting podcast that I came across when I was looking for podcasts in the cannabis industry. Spoiler alert, there are not a lot of good ones out there for the cannabis industry specifically. But this one isn't just about cannabis. It does psychedelics as well. It does lots of other sort of plant medicine topics. And it does it not only from a we believe in the plant lens, which I think is important, but it does it from a mindset of business owners and what in the industry. It's a nice combination of what in the industry is happening and where we want it to go. The Happiness Lab. A lot of people might think, well, what does that have to do with business? Listen, if you're not a happy person, your business is probably not going to succeed. And the Happiness Lab makes you happy just listening to it. In addition to that, it gives you lots of fantastic information about human interaction. And if you have employees that work for you, this podcast will talk to you about things that you should keep top of mind for your employees, for yourself, yes, for all of your relationships, really. But definitely if you are a leader, if you are a manager, this podcast is, I really think, gold. The John Maxwell Leadership Podcast. I just love John Maxwell, seriously. I could do many episodes on why I really love him, and the Daily Reader is something I do every day. This leadership podcast, if you, again, are a leader in your business, a leader in your life, which everybody should be, is the best tool on improving yourself and living with an intentional mindset and a service-oriented mindset. And I recommend it to everybody. It's phenomenal. It's nothing short of phenomenal. And I can't guarantee it because I'm a lawyer and I don't guarantee things. But it is undoubtedly, if you listen to this podcast and you put into action the things that John Maxwell Leadership Podcast talks about, you will be a better leader. Your business will be a better business.